Hi guys. The other day I was talking on our Facebook page asking you if you guys knew, basically how many team members do you need in order to hit director numbers. And it's a range that I asked for, and it was really interesting to see what some of you thought the range was in order to hit director numbers. So I kind of want to educate you all to have you understand what you need to push for if your goal is to shoot for a director. And anyone wanting to grow your business, your goal needs to be shooting for a director. Here's the thing. Being director doesn't mean that you are set in your business. I want to tell you just a little story real quick. It was really humbling. Alice Kalilimoku, she is Heidi Thompson's mom, and Heidi and Orville, as you know, are the heads of Scentsy. Well, on our very first trip for incentive, we went to Hawaii. And at that point, when we hit director, we were at 56 consultants in our team. And when we went to Hawaii, by then it was maybe like 8 months later, and we had built our team up to 120. So we were feeling pretty good about ourselves, thinking we were, really building a strong business, and woohoo, we're looking good. So I'm sitting at the pool, and all of a sudden Alice and her husband Fred come and sit down next to me. And I knew who she was, but she didn't know who I was. And anyway, we were just talking for about 3 hours. We didn't talk about Scentsy or anything else. At about the end of the 3 hours, she says, honey, what level are you? What's your title? And I said, we're directors. And she goes, oh, you're just starting your baby. And I was totally insulted. I mean, I was like, screw you, Alice. Isn't that horrible? Anyway, but in my head, that's what I was thinking. I certainly didn't say that to her. But I was just like, that's not nice. I mean, here we are. We work so hard, built up a business, and 120 people. I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? And she could tell from the look on my face that I was like, not happy with what she said. And she goes, well, here's the thing. Orville always says that you're not truly set until you're a superstar director with 6 superstars under you in your first generation. And I was like, what you talking about, Willis? Because that is ridiculous, right? Like, I mean, getting to director is tough enough. And now you want me to not only get to superstar director, but get 6 superstar directors in my first generation? She's smoking crack. Right? So basically the point is she told me, she goes, you're just starting your journey. This just means that you've committed to building a business and growing. So anyone who really wants to build a business, you got to shoot for director, because that's really the beginning of your journey. Not joining, not hitting superstar consultant. It's director is the beginning. All right. So just wanted to share that little bit with you. Okay. So some of you asked for diagrams and things like that. So I'm going to see what I can do for you here. Oh, that's not going to work. So here we go. I'm going to flip this around. And I hope that you guys can all see it. So if this is you and you have 6 people in your team, do you think that that is enough people in your team in order for you to say that you now have enough people to hit director and sustain those numbers? Okay, well, let's see what you need to have to hit director. You need to have 10,000 group wholesale volume, right? Okay, what does that mean? That translates to, here's the way you can figure this out. To figure out how much PRV you and your team needs, it is 10,000 divided by 0.75. So 10,000 divided by 0.75 equals 13,334 PRV. So this is the sweet spot right here, that 13,334 PRV. Now, that doesn't mean you personally have to get 13,000 PRV. It means you and all of the people in your downline, all your PRV for a month has to total up to 13,334 in order to hit that 10,000 group wholesale volume, okay? You also need, out of this, at least 3 frontline, which is your level 1s here, equal active. And that means they have to at least have 150 PRV each, right? Now, if you take this and you take this as 7 people, let's say it's just you and you've recruited 6 people. All right. An easy way to look at this to show you how unrealistic this is to only hit director with 6 people is if you take, I'm sorry, I'm doing a little math here for this, but if you take 13,334, and you can do this yourself, 13,334, divide it by 7 people. 7 people would have to each have, on average, each month, $1,904 each in PR, 1,904 PRV points each in order for you to not only hit director to get that 13,334 points, but also it has to happen every month. Okay? I mean, how many people in your downline already hit 1904 regularly? Most don't, right? So it's very unrealistic. The real average that you want to shoot for is 30 to 60 people in your team. Okay? 30 to 60 is going to help you not only build a team, but also hit director numbers. And then the closer you are to 60, the more people, let's say, if you divide 13,334 by, let's just say 30 people, divided by 30 is 444 points per person. Okay, so 444 PRV, and then I'm going to put per person here, compared to if you had 60 people in your entire team, and that's not people directly under you. Let's just say you only have 6 people under you directly, and those 6 start recruiting and so on and so forth. You're going to have a lot of people in there who may not have any numbers that month, right? So let's say you have 60 people, you take 13,334 divided by 60, that is 222 PRV you need per person. Now, let's be realistic here. You need at least 500 plus PRV in order to get overrides off your downline. So this is your goal, at least 500 PRV. So let's say that if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's add a couple more legs here. The best idea is for you to have at least 10 people, okay? All right, because in your 10 people, you're going to have people who never recruit anyone. You're going to have people who are top producers and never recruit anyone. Then you're going to have the people who, you know, like let's say this person right here, they recruit. These are level 2s to you. Okay, that's 3 more people. So you have 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's say this person right here, they're pretty good. They just recruited their first person. Let's say this person right here, they've recruited 2. So we're at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people. You see how this starts growing? So even though you have 10, you still need, I mean, if you only have 16 people, let's say this person never sells anything and they drop off after a few months, you got to replace them. You got to keep always looking for new people, right? So the best thing to do in order to hit director is recruit yourself, because you never know who below you is going to try to grow their business or even wants to grow their business. All right. Then maybe you have this person just as a selling fool. Maybe they sell 2,000 a month themselves. That's awesome. So that just narrows down your average. So you don't have to have as many people recruiting. There's people in our team who've actually hit director with 4 people. There's somebody who's hit it with 4 people, and that's ridiculous, and it's just not realistic, and she wasn't able to sustain those numbers. We've had somebody who's hit it at 8 people, and she wasn't able to stay at those numbers and keep it. So if you have even, 16 people, sure, you can hit director, but then you need to make sure that as soon as you hit director, you and your team need to go gangbusters recruiting in order to, keep things going. All right, so I hope this makes a little bit more sense. Let me know if you have any questions on it, and I'd love to hear from more of you who really want to hit director numbers. And I can help you come up with a plan, help you work on recruiting, help you figure out how to help teach your team to recruit, as well as sell. It's not just recruiting, it is selling too. The more you sell, the more opportunities you have to recruit. So they kind of go hand in hand. All right, guys, have fun. Bye.